Now students, we are doing exercise 2.3. In that we have question number 1, and this question number 1 has 3 sub questions. The first sub question is px equals x cube minus 3x square plus 5x minus 3 and gx is x square minus 2. The question says divide the polynomial px by polynomial gx and find the quotient and remainder in each of the following. Now, there are two equations. We need to divide the first px polynomial by gx polynomial. Now, we have already written here. This is written, which is divisor. Gx is a divisor. It is written here. And x cube minus 3x square. And this is written as the dividend. Now, we need to divide this dividend by the divisor x square minus 2. To that, we have to find out, to get x3 cancelled, what should be multiplied to x square. We know very well, if you multiply x, you get x cube. Now, what we have is minus 2, which is additional here. That should be multiplied with x. You get minus 2x. That you have to write down below the variable x, minus 2x. What we did, we took x and multiplied x square minus 2 and we got x cube minus 2x, and we wrote below the respective variables. Now draw a line. Now you are going to subtract the second line, that is minus of x cube and minus of minus 2x. Thus you get x cube cancelled because this takes the form minus, and here it becomes plus. Now write down minus 3x as it is minus 3x squared. Now when you get plus and plus, you have to add to the plus sign, and 5 and 2 is 7x, and minus 3 can be written down as it is. Now we have 3x squared with a minus sign, so you need to multiply the divisor by 3. Thus you get minus 3x squared. Now you have to multiply minus 3 and minus 2, which becomes plus 3 to the 6. So plus 6 you have to put below the constant number here. Now put a line. 3x square and 3x square, they get cancelled because this takes the form of with the sign plus. So plus and minus gets cancelled. 7x write down as it is. Here this takes minus, so minus and minus should be added. 6 and 3 is 9. 7x and minus 9. This is the remainder. The question is find the remainder and quotient. Now we know here quotient is x minus 3. This is the quotient and this is the remainder. Write down that remainder is 7x minus 9. So this is our answer. Now we move on to the second question in the next page. The second question is px equals x to the power 4 minus 3x square plus 4x plus 5, and gx is x square plus 1 minus x. Now this should be rewritten properly with the variable after x square. X square, that is written here, you can see x square minus x plus 1. This is rewritten. Now this is the divisor and px is written here, and this is the dividend. You can observe that after x to the power 4 we have 3x square. So what is missing is a power of 3, that is x cube. So we have introduced 0 into x cube so that while answering, if it is required, you may be able to continue. Now 0 into x cube does not alter the value of the equation because the whole thing becomes 0. Okay, let us start dividing. Now we know the first is x to the power 4, and here we have x square. Now we have to divide x square with x square so that you get x to the power 4. The remaining also you have to multiply. X square into minus x is minus x cube. Put minus x cube. Now we have plus 1. Now multiply this with x square, you get x square. Write down below x square plus x square. Now we have multiplied x square with all this. So that you got all this. Now you put a line. Now this x to the power 4 and x to the power goes because you have minus here. When you subtract, this plus becomes minus. And here also you have one plus over here because this minus becomes plus. The value of x cube and plus x cube, you get only x cube. You are adding one x cube with the other, which is 0, which becomes x cube as it is. Now here this plus becomes minus. Minus and minus will be added with the minus sign. 3x square and x square becomes 4x square. The balance 4x and plus 5 write down as it is. Now to get x cube, you need to multiply with plus x square, and x becomes x cube. Plus x and minus x becomes minus x square. X and into 1 becomes x, that is plus x. Now as you know, this gets cancelled because here we have a plus which becomes minus, and here this minus becomes plus. Therefore minus 4x square plus x square, you get minus 3x square, and this becomes minus. You need to subtract 4x and minus x, you get plus 3x. Bring this 5 down. Now here you have to multiply minus 3 with this divisor so that you get first minus 3x square minus 3 and minus x gives you plus 3x minus into 1. Minus into plus 1 gives you minus 3. 3x square gets 3x square cancelled, and this also gets cancelled, and this minus becomes plus, so that you get plus 8. Now plus 8 is the remainder, and this whole thing is the quotient. So write down that quotient is equal to x square plus x minus 3, and remainder is equal to 8. So this is our answer. Now we move on to the question 3, sub question 3, and in the next page. Now this is the third sub question, which is px, which is equal to x to the power 4 minus 5x plus 6. Here you can observe the variables with power 3 and 2 are missing, that we have introduced later, and gx is equal to 2 minus x square. Here it is not in the right form, so you can write down this can be x square with a minus sign, that is this thing written is first, plus 2 written later. This is the rewritten form of gx. Now gx is the divisor, and you are going to divide the whole thing by that. What we have introduced is x with the power 3 and x to the power 2 introduced by multiplying with 0 so that the value doesn't alter. This is whole thing is equal to 0, and here also the whole thing is equal to 0, and now we start dividing. You require x to the power 4. Now by multiplying minus x square, you get plus x to the power 4. Minus and minus becomes plus, x square into x square becomes x to the power 4. You have plus 2 multiply with minus x square, you get minus 2x square, minus 2x square. Now this gets cancelled because this becomes minus, and we have plus already here. This gets cancelled, and this is 0, we don't write, and this becomes plus. Now this is plus 2x square. Because this is 0, you are adding 0 with plus 2x square. Therefore you get 2x square in the bottom. The remaining you can rewrite as it is, minus 5x plus 6. Now to get 2x square with minus x square, what should be multiplied? Minus 2. Because with this minus, you multiply this minus, you get plus, and 2 into x square gives you 2x square. So you get plus 2x square, and minus 2 into plus 2 becomes minus 4. Write down below the constant number. Right? Now this gets cancelled. Write down minus 5x below, and this becomes plus, therefore this has to be added. 6 and 4 is equal to 10. Now this is the remainder and this is the quotient. Write down that Q is for the quotient minus x square minus 2, and R, that is the remainder, which is minus 5x plus 10. This is our answer. Now we have completed question number 1 of exercise 2.3. We move on to the question number 2 in the next video. Students, we are now going to do the question 2 of exercise 2.3. The question says, check whether the first polynomial is a factor of the second polynomial by dividing the second polynomial by the first polynomial. See, there are 3 sub-questions. In each question, they have given 2 polynomials. In this case, t square minus 3 is the first polynomial and the other is the second polynomial. The question says, divide the second polynomial, that is this polynomial, by the first polynomial. And then they say whether this is a factor of second polynomial. When we say it is a factor, when the remainder is 0. For example, if I divide 4 by 2, and if it is divisible completely and then you get 0 remainder, 2 is factor of 4. Similarly, in this case, if this polynomial is divisible completely by the first polynomial and if you get remainder 0, only then the first polynomial will be the factor of the second polynomial. So let us start one by one. This is the first question. Now the first polynomial is t square minus 3 and this is divisor, and the other one, which is second polynomial, is the dividend. Let us start now dividing. Now we have t 2t to the power 4. In the divisor we have t square. Now to get 2t to the power 4, we have to multiply 2 and t square with t square. T square into 2t square will be 2t to the power 4. The next is the same t2 square you have to multiply with minus 3. You get 6t square. You have to write below t square here. Minus 3 into 2 is 6t square. Now draw a line. This gets cancelled. You must know why we cancel this, because we are supposed to minus the whole thing from the top one. Therefore, when you minus, the sign before this changes. Now in this case, this becomes minus. In this case, this becomes minus. On the top, we have minus 2t square. Below, it becomes plus 6t square. Therefore, you have to take the difference. Now in this case, this is plus 2t4 and below you have minus 2t to the power 4. Therefore, this gets cancelled. Now you have to write down 3t cube as it is. 3t cube. Now the difference is plus 6t square minus 2t square. You get plus 4t square. The rest 90 and minus 12 we have to write down as it is. Minus 90 minus 12. Right? Now second stage of division. Here you have 3t cube. In this divisor you have t square. You have to multiply with plus 3 and 1t. T and t square gives you 3t cube. 3t cube. Next is 3t into minus 3. You get minus 9t. Write down right below that 9t. Now draw the line. As I said, here the plus becomes minus. Therefore this gets cancelled. And here this also becomes plus. Therefore even this gets cancelled. Write down the balance as it is 4t square minus 12. That is this minus 12. Now you have to multiply 4 with t square plus 4 into whole thing. Let us start now. 4 into t square is 4t square plus 4 and minus 3 gives you minus 12. Now you can see both of them get cancelled. Therefore the remainder is 0. Because the remainder is 0, t square minus 3 is a factor. Let us write down. Remainder is 0. Therefore t square minus 3 is a factor. Now we move on to the second sub-question. Here we have three terms, x square plus 3x plus 1. There are three terms and this is the divisor. And this second one is the dividend. Let us start now. Division. We have 3x to the power 4, but in the divisor we have only x square. So you have to multiply with 3 and then x square. 3x square into x square gives you 3x to the power 4. Now the same 3x square you have to multiply with the rest of the terms. 3 into 3 gives you 9x cube plus 9x cube. The same 3x square multiply with plus 1, you get 3x square plus 3x square. Now draw a line. 3x to the power 4 and this gets cancelled. Now this sign becomes minus. The difference would be minus 9x cube. It is not minus 9, it is minus 4 x cube. Minus 9 and plus 5 gives you minus 4 x cube. And here this also becomes minus. When the signs are same, you have to add with that sign, minus 10x square. The rest of things you have to write down as it is, 2x plus 2. The second stage of division is you have to multiply 4x minus 4x so as to get minus 4 cube. Minus 4x into x square gives you minus 4x cube. And same minus 4x when you multiply with 3x gives you minus 12x square. Minus 12x square. And minus 4x into plus 1 gives you minus 4x. Draw the line. Now this becomes plus and hence this gets cancelled. This becomes plus. Then you have to take the difference. Plus 12 minus 10 gives you 2x square. And this becomes plus. Therefore you have to add plus plus. So you have to add plus 6x and plus 2 as it is. We have come to third stage. And now you have x square and you have to get 2x square. It's simple. Plus 2 is multiplied with this, you get 2x square. 2 and 3x becomes 6x. And plus 2 and plus 1 gives you plus 2. Draw the line. 2x square is cancelled, 6 also, and even the number also. Hence the remainder is 0. Now write down remainder is 0. Therefore the factor x square plus 3x plus 1 is a factor. Now let us move on to the third sub-question. Here we have three terms, x cube minus 3x plus 1, The second polynomial is the dividend. Now to get x5, x to the power 5, you have to multiply with x square. You get x to the power 5. Now you have to multiply x square with the rest of the terms. X square minus 3x gives you minus 3x cube. X square into 1 is plus x square. Now draw the line. This becomes minus. Therefore this gets cancelled. This becomes plus. You have to take the difference. Minus 4 and plus 3 gives you minus 1 x cube. 1 is understood. This becomes minus, hence this gets cancelled. Now we have 3x and plus 1 that comes down automatically here. Right? Now you have x cube here, you have x cube here. You don't need to add any x, but you have to add minus sign to get minus sign. Minus 1. When you multiply minus 1 with x cube, you get minus x cube. Then minus 1 into minus 3x gives you plus 3x. Minus and plus becomes minus here. 1 into 1 is 1. Here this becomes plus, hence this gets cancelled. Even 3x gets cancelled. When this becomes plus, 1 and 1 is added, you get 2. Here remainder is not 0. Please remember, when the remainder is not 0, the divisor cannot be factor of the second polynomial. Please write down that remainder is not 0. Therefore, x cube minus 3x plus 1 is not factor of the second polynomial. So we have completed all the sub-questions, 3 sub-questions in question number 2 of the exercise 2.3. We'll move on to next question in the next page and next video. Okay students, now we are going to solve question number 3 in exercise 2.3. The question is, obtain all the zeros of 3x to the power 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5 if two of its zeros are root of 5 by 3 and minus root of 5 by 3. See, the question is simple. They have given one polynomial and the degree, highest degree in this polynomial is 4. X to the power 4. This 4 is called degree and this is highest among all. That means there will be 4 zeros, or x will have 4 values. That 4 values or 4 zeros we have to find out. Out of that, they have already given 2. Root 5 by 3 and minus root 5 by 3. There are 2 zeros they are given. This is 1 0. This is another 0. You have to find out the remaining 2 zeros of this polynomial. Okay, to start with, what we have to do, we know that 1 0, that is x. One value of x is root of 5 by 3. And another is x is also equal to minus root of 5 by 3. This is already given. Now you have to transfer root 5 3 to the LHS. This becomes x minus root of 5 by 3. And this becomes x plus, when you take this minus this side, that becomes plus root of 5 by 3. Now this and the other one, you have to multiply together. This is in the form of a minus b into a plus b. This is equal to a square minus b square formula. This is not equal, of course. This follows the identity a square minus b square. Now this is in a place and this is in b place. When you multiply, you get x square minus b square. That is root 5 by 3 whole square. When you simplify this, you get x square minus this root and square get cancelled, you get 5 by. So this is the multiplication of first and the second zeros. Now to get the third and fourth zeros of this polynomial, you need to multiply or divide the whole polynomial by this x square minus 5 by 3. When you do this, you get the other two zeros. Let us do that. 3x to the power 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5. Now to start with, you require 3x to the power 4, but you have x square here. So you need to multiply 3x square so that you get 3x to the power 4. 3x to the power 4. Now the same 3x square is to be multiplied with minus 5 by 3. You get, let us do separately, 3x square into minus 5 by 3. 3 gets cancelled, you get minus 5x square. So that you have to write down right below the x square term. Minus 5x square. Draw the line. They get cancelled. Now here this becomes plus. So you need to take the difference of 5 and 2x square. This is plus 3x square. Now 6x cube, we have to bring it down. 6x cube plus 3x square. And the balance you write down here minus 10x and minus 5. In the second stage, again you have to multiply some other number with x square to get 6x cube, and that number would be plus 6x. You get 6x cube and then multiply 6x with minus 5 by 3. Separately write down 6x into minus 5 by 3. 3 ones are 3 twos are. You get minus 5 into 2 is minus 10x. Minus 10x, that is here. You draw the line, 6x cube and 6x cube get cancelled. Even this 10x also get cancelled. Now plus 3x minus 5 will be the balance. Now multiply with plus 3. You get plus 3x square minus of 5 by 3 into plus 3 will give you minus 5. This minus 5 you write down here. Now entire term get cancelled. You get 0 balance. Now you have 3x square plus 6x and 3 as the quotient. The next step is to factorize this. Then you get the value of 2x or 2 zeros. We do that in the next page. Further, we are going to factorize 3x square plus 6x plus 3. To factorize this, we will take coefficient of x square, that is 3, and the constant, multiply that. 3 into 3 is 9. Now this 9 we have to split such a way. Take two factors. Again it is 3 into 3. By adding 3 and 3 you must get 6, and by multiplying you must get 9. So our choice is 3x and 3x. Now we'll write down that 3x square plus 3x plus 3x plus 3. Now we have made 3 terms into 4 terms. Now we take common out. 3x is common. X plus 1. Here we have 3 common. Now we get x plus 1. Now we can take out x plus 1 as common out of first and second term. X plus 1 is common. The remaining is 3x plus 3. Now we know that this is equal to 0. Now x plus 1 is equal to 0 or 3x plus 3 is equal to 0. When x plus 1 is 0, the value of x is equal to minus 1 because I have taken plus 1 to the RHS. This is 1, 0. Second, here 3x is equal to minus 3. Plus 3 is taken out to RHS. Now x is equal to minus 3 divided by 3. You get minus 1. So here also the value of x is minus 1. This is the second 0. So now we can write down the other two zeros are minus 1 and minus 1. Now this is our answer. Now we have completed question 3. Now we move on to question number 4 in the next page. Now we're working on question number 4. On dividing x cubed minus 3x squared plus x plus 2 by a polynomial gx, the quotient and remainder were x minus 2 and minus 2x plus 4 respectively. Find gx. What is gx? Gx is the divisor, right? Now we know the dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Now we will apply the C formula and substitute all the values. Dividend is x cubed minus 3x squared plus x plus 2, and divisor is not known. We have to find out, that is gx into quotient. Quotient is x minus 2. X minus 2 plus remainder is minus 2x plus 4. Minus 2x plus 4. What we do, we just interchanges. We put gx into x minus 2 and then minus 2x plus 4, then equals. The whole LHS is transferred to RHS. Only interchanging x cubed minus 3x squared plus x plus 2. Now what we do, we take out gx and x minus 2 in the LHS and we transfer minus 2x this side. X cubed minus 3x squared plus x plus 2 minus 2x comes to the other side. It becomes plus 2 plus 2x and then plus 4 becomes minus 4. Now we will simplify. X cubed minus 3x squared plus x and 2x becomes 3x minus 4 and plus 2 becomes minus 2. Now gx will be equal to the whole upon x minus 2. Meaning that we have to divide this polynomial by x minus 2. X minus 2 divides x cubed minus 3x squared plus 3x minus 2. Now we have to multiply x squared with x so that you get x cubed, and then minus 2 into x squared becomes minus 2x squared. Now this x cubed gets cancelled. Now this sign becomes plus, hence we have to take the difference and it is minus x squared. Now 3x and minus 2 is brought down. Now to get minus x squared here, you have to multiply minus x with this x. You get minus x squared, and minus x into minus 2 is plus 2x. Now this gets cancelled. Now this sign becomes minus. You have to take the difference. It is x minus 2. X minus 2 When multiplied with 1, you get x minus 2 and the remainder is 0. Now, this is the quotient. What is required here is gx. Gx is equal to x square minus x plus 1. This is our answer. Hello students, now we are going to talk about question 5. This says give examples of polynomials px, gx, qx and rx which satisfy the division algorithm, and they are given 3 parts here. Now we have to quote such examples to prove that the degree of a polynomial is equal to the degree of the quotient. Now let us first take part 1. Now this is degree of px is equal to degree of qx. How do we do that? For this you have to remember, you have to take the divisor, that is gx, as a constant or number 1. You can take any constant or number 1. You have to choose such example to show that the degree of a polynomial is equal to the degree of the quotient. Now for you, I take one example. Example now 2x square plus 2x plus 1. This is px, is a polynomial which is 2x square plus 2x plus 1. Now as I said, I will take one constant which is divisor, also called gx. Will take 2. I am choosing such examples so that I can prove the part 1. Now when I divide this, what happens? 2 dividing 2x square plus 2x plus, is not 1, 2. Now 2 goes, when I multiply x square with this gets cancelled. We have 2x plus 2. Now I multiply with x. I get 2x and this gets cancelled. The balance is 2. Now I multiply with 1. I get 2. The remainder is 0. Now this is our quotient. It is qx. Now you can observe here the degree of polynomial is 2 and degree of quotient is also 2. This is how we could prove the part 1. Now we move on to part 2. In part 2, the degree of quotient should be proved equal to degree of the remainder. How do we do that? Let me write down one example for you. Whenever such a question is asked and we have to prove in this algorithm, you must make sure that px should be equal to gx. In the sense, dividend and the divisor should be same so that you get quotient as a constant. Now I take one example. Px should be equal to gx. This is how you should start. Only then you get the answer. Now I take some example. Say px equal to x cube plus x. Now the gx also should be same as a x cube plus x. This is our examples. We can create such many more examples. Now when we divide, definitely when you divide something by the same thing, you get 1. Here qx is 1. Right? Now what is the degree of qx? Now what we are going to prove? Degree of qx should be equal to remainder degree. Qx is 1 and Rx is definitely 0, because after we divide and get 1, the remainder should be 0. Now the degrees of 1 and degrees of 0. Please understand carefully. We are now talking about degree of a constant is always 0. And 0 degree also is 0. If you remember this, it is better because don't confuse this for exponent or a power. If a constant has power 1 in a polynomial, the value remains same. If the constant is having 0, that means we are now talking about degree of the constant. I would like to remind you that any number, you take any number, say 25 to the power 0 is not equal to 25, it is 1. You take 100 to the power 0 is 1. But now we are talking about not the power, we are talking about say 1 to the power 0. Here it is not the power, we are referring it as degree. Here we in a polynomial we assume that this constant, for example here if I take x cube plus x plus 1, here this is constant. We assume that there is x variable also but with power 0. When x is having 0 as a power, then this becomes 1. X cube plus x plus 1 into 1. This is equal to 1. Therefore, this 1 remains as constant 1. Assuming x with power 0. Therefore, the degree of 1 is assumed to be 1. Now, in the other case, the remainder is 1, 0. Even the degree of this is also 0. This is how we could prove the part 2. Now, part 3 is a part of this only. Now, we have seen a remainder. When remainder is 0, the degree is definitely 0. That's how we can prove in the same example, third part also. By this, we have completed question number 5 of 2.3 and exercise 2.3 is over. If any doubts, kindly put in the comment box.